Alright, welcome to Dark Empire TV, their first episode. I'd like to welcome everybody that's actually watching. This is Soldier of Mayhem. I got one of my best friends here from BP on with me tonight. His name is Pain Train. You guys may recognize him from the crib. We'll be talking about the update today. As we just got a lot of information on. We've been talking to CM a little bit, trying to get some clarification on a few things, and we still got a few things that's still kind of clear as mud about what's going on in this update, next update. So I'm going to turn it over to him, and we're going to get into a little bit more and talking about what was going on today in the update. All right, all yours, man.
Cool. I suppose I'll start with the general release notes.
That sounds good to me, man.
See what I say. It's only just come out literally a few minutes ago. I'm just going to read the first bit here. First off, a huge thank you for everyone who participated in the repair specialist voting this week. Your voice has been heard. We'll have more information regarding the upcoming feature very soon. So that pretty much just tells us nothing.
Yeah.
But they are referring to when we could vote on which ship we want as a free first repair specialist or something. And I believe it was the V2H that won that. I'm not sure why people voted that one, to be honest.
Me neither. I would say either Hell Strikes or Hard Locks. I mean, because they're the hardest ones to actually people want some longest to fix.
I mean, basically, Kickside given us a chance to have one of these ships repaired cheaper than what it currently is. So the way I see it is you should pick the most expensive fleet and get that cheaper and work your way down. The V2H isn't that big of a repair compared to other fleets. And I know this isn't going to go down well, but a lot of the people who coin, they use bigger fleets. The people who spend the money and need the cheaper repair, they haven't seen any difference. I mean, a lot of people I know, they don't use V2H fleets. They're using Hellhounds, they're using Hellstrikes, Grims, Mastodons, and stuff. They're not really going to benefit from it. The only V2 prep fleet I've got is a prep fleet, and it's not that expensive to fix. I would be happy to leave it as it is in place of something else.
One of my most expensive fleets is my Nighthawks and my NC fleet. And I would like to see either one of those go down just a little bit. I mean, a lot of people are saying this is just a band-aid, but pretty much at this point in this game, I'll take pretty much anything I can get from Kicksai. I'll take it as a grain of salt. I'll take whatever I can get. Anything helps, Just save a few coin here and there. Anything helps.
Yeah. I suppose the V2H is probably the most obviously it's the most popular fleet. A lot of lower levels and mid levels have them, don't they? So I can see why people voted it, but I just think it was a bad move on the community there.
Yeah, I've got them, but I've never actually finished building them out. I mean, because they got suppressed the next raid, so I've never actually with the Frostburn and the VHC they got suppressed in their very next raid, so I've never actually finished building them out.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Should you be working?
How did this kind of get in here? What's up, Ben?
Mark.
Yeah. Well, there we go. Nice cameo from Big Ben there. He's at work at the moment, so he can't actually stay on chat. He just wants an appearance. Get his face out there, quite literally get his face out there.
Yeah, and also look like somebody's rear end too there.
No, that was just his face.
Oops, my bad.
Just cracking on with the update, I suppose. Then.
Yep. Go.
First thing it talks about in the update is alliances. Players may now create an alliance starting at level 6 instead of level 20. This means newer players can join forces sooner to stave off the aggression of the Draconian and Reaver forces. Try not to be sick as I say that there. Level 6
that's pretty much
alliance. I don't see the point.
Me neither. I mean, how my thing is with level 6 starting an alliance, how are you going to help the other player if you're a newbie too? Other players in your alliance, if you're a newbie and you don't know what the hell is going on in the game.
I don't know. I mean, let's have a look at. I mean, I'm in KDA. We've got 98 people. Let me have a look at the lowest level. I'm not actually sure what our lowest level is. Certainly not level 6. I just don't see, like you said, how level 6 can have any impact and can help anybody.
No, I mean, they're going to have some of the crappiest fleets starting off, and they're not going to be able to help anybody.
No, I mean, we've got a 66.
66 is yours lowest? Wow.
39, that's our lowest level.
39.
We have a level 39.
Wow.
And that's it. And any lower, just level 6, let's be honest, it's a piss take. It's an update and it's an improvement that wasn't needed. All the things that they could do to help the game at the moment. And, congratulations, we can have a level 6 in the Alliance instead of level 20. You can get to level 20 within 2 hours of gameplay. It doesn't take long to level up anyway.
Yeah,
it's just...
I mean, you can start off at 1 now, then you can be level 20 in maybe a few hours, depends if you sit and play a few hours straight.
Exactly. You can do it in a few hours. I think the only actual thing I can think of where this is going to be useful is people who get banned and reset at level 1 can now join an alliance at level 6 straight away. Apart from that, it really makes no difference.
I mean, I don't get the point in it. It's one of those things that, okay, what's the point?
Exactly. It's just every way they do it, they always put something in for the sake of having something. I think content overload is the way to look at it. There has to be something on a weekly basis to make the game look like it's improving and moving in a different direction. But it's just adding things for the sake of it, adding more duct tape to the big ball of brokenness that's in the game at the moment.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, there's some things they could actually do to add to the game that actually would help fix the game, but then they're adding stupid stuff like this, which is pointless.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go on to what's next on the list.
It's actually the Forsaken Arena, but I'm going to leave that for a second because we've got quite a bit we can talk about with that. So
all right. That's worse for me, man.
There's only a few things on it this week. It says they've addressed an issue where the image for the retrofit version of a hull in the retrofit lab would not load the first time the window was opened. I'm really happy that they've done that, to be honest.
That did get old. That did get old. Every time you did that, it opened up. All right. Next up.
Okay, so next we have they fixed a rare case where a player in the Forsaken Arena tournament could be matched against someone on the opposite end of the ranking spectrum. So I'm guessing they've done that in preparation for the tournament this week. I've never seen that. I haven't actually played the tournament properly myself.
I did the first one, then the second one. I never could get anywhere because I matched up against fleets that were totally skull ranked every time, and my fleets were outmatched, and I didn't stand a chance against any of them. I mean, it was just like a coin fest. The last one, I was like 150, and I did it every day. Even with my Nighthawks. I had 3 Nighthawks at the time, and I got nowhere. I mean, just like a coin fest, super corners going in with skull rank fleets, everything, and you didn't have a chance. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure this one will probably be the exact same way that's coming up.
Yeah, we'll see. What else have they done here? The totals for damage reduction from plate armors are now displayed with more points of accuracy in the shipyard. Something that I didn't notice there. I don't know about you.
Me neither. What, Kickside make a mistake and clarify something? That's very rare right there.
Yeah, I mean, I do use plate armors, but I'm not sure what this is. I mean, I've got plate armors on my guard, but it says it's in the shipyard, and they've been built for a while now, so
Yeah.
it could be anything.
I've got the plate armor, but I've never really put it on anything. At the time, I didn't really see the point in putting it on anything.
Oh, it's definitely worth using.
Yeah, this has got its perks, and at the time I didn't really have any holes that to put it on, except for maybe a guard fleet or something. At the time, I just didn't have anything really to put it on. I didn't feel like taking the time to build it. One of those things, choices you got to make. Either you just, all the choices you got to make. Do I do this here, or do I do this over here? I need more attack fleets, or do I need base fleet again? With the way everything is balanced in the game, it's really hard to keep up.
It is, definitely. Moving on to the last one here on the bug fixes.
All right.
Corrected an issue where ships would not be visible after completing a nav relay jump. That is something I'm glad for. I'm fucking pissed off. Every time I jump through a tower, and you move through a tower, it might be 30 seconds until you get to the base, and you're sat there looking at the base, looking for your fleet, and it's not there. And then suddenly it just appears red, and you're in a battle about a mile away from the base. Your ship's somewhere down south underneath the base, and it's just something that was really, really irritating to the point where, I was trying to hit this base twice. I coined my fleet, went through the bloody tower. I got through the tower perfectly fine, didn't get hooked to my end or anything. And the first time I didn't realise my fleet had gone through, so I got hooked when I was sat outside the base because it wasn't there on my screen. The second time, I was there, I clicked attack base, I stopped at the base for a good few seconds, nothing was happening, and then I engaged in a battle with subs, about 2 bases south, and it was just, at that point I just thought, what's the point?
Yeah, I've had it really bad the last the rank fleets that come out, and I was go hunting around sectors with my Nighthawks, trying to rank those suckers up, and I had it really bad then. First time I've had it really bad, but I jump in different sectors. I had it really bad. I hit one, then my hawk still showed I was like 2 sectors away, a different sector, but still, it was still showing I was there in battle, but my hawks were a sector away. It was really bad then.
Certainly glad they fixed that then.
Oh yeah, we'll see how long it lasts though. Usually some of these fixes don't last very long.
The way I see it, when something's fixed, I'll open the door for something else. So I'm glad to see that they fixed the nav relay jump, but I'm sure with that there's going to be another problem.
Yeah, it's going to open up a whole other can of worms somewhere else.
This is just a constant barrage of shit and stuff. So.
Yeah. Another one actually kind of very similar to that is actually when you hit a base. They need to work on is when you actually hit a base, there's like a 10 to 15 second delay. When you hit that base and the ship just sitting outside the base. And I've got snapped by subs before just waiting on that delay to actually send me into the base. That one frustrates the crap out of me, especially when I got a 16 to 18 hour fleet outside. And somebody's just sitting there with a Nighthawks and just go, boop! Oh, crap.
Yeah, it's really frustrating when that happens, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. And then what's really frustrating is when you get some of these little guys that are actually doing it with subs, and they're just sitting back laughing at you. I've had run into a sector here a while back, and these little guys kept hitting us bigger guys, our ships. We just have you out doing something, you even picking up cargo. They just hit our ships and laughing about it, costing us repair times. All right.
So suppose it's that's pretty much the update covered there. There's honestly not a lot coming out. It's just the bug fixes and tuning, the alliances, which I think again, like I said, it's just there for the sake of having something there. Because without that, there would have just been the tournament. So let's move on to the tournament. Let's move on to the Forsaken Arena tournament. So it starts 9 AM PST, Thursday, February the 26th, which is in a couple of days' time. And it ends Monday, March the 2nd at 1 PM PST. And prize redemption will remain open until March the 5th, 1 PM PST. I'm just trying to get my head around this arena thing that happened again. So
yeah,
it's pretty much like a second raid. It's like a second monthly event. It feels like.
Yeah, well, especially with them adding a hole into the mix. Yeah, it does feel like they're just adding another raid, another hole that half of us really don't need and ain't get the time to build. Unless you're a super corner that can keep up on all of it.
Well, it's always the problem in this game where those who coin win almost. I wouldn't even say that. I would say those who coin to an extreme amount win.
Yep.
I do coin myself. I'm certainly not keeping above everybody else. I don't know how much you put into the game every month or week or whatever, but I put quite a bit on. Still feel like I'm falling behind every single week, every single month.
I do the same way. I have a set amount. And here lately has been less, but I mean, just because I feel like I'm getting nowhere for what I pay. I'm getting nowhere for it. All these new holes coming out. I'm getting my bases getting trashed every time a new hole comes out. And what I do try to keep up, and it's getting me nowhere. And with everything, so I feel like I'm not getting my money's worth is my main thing. So I just save it up to do like a refit, few hour refit here, or when I finish my refit when it gets down to a certain amount of time, or repairs, during a raid. But here lately, that's been very few had for that. So I've just been mostly just last couple of raids I've not really done that much of because of the coining is getting crazy. If I do try to do it, I try to find some way to actually do it for free and cheap and easy repair. Just getting so crazy. And speaking of free repairs, I actually like one of the new features they actually added into this Forsaken Arena. Once every 24 hours, they give you a free fix on one fleet. It don't cost you no uranium, no nothing. Which I say, way to go on that, Kixeye. Could you give us one of those once a day, a free fix, just add it to the normal part of the game, take it outside the arena? Yeah, just as a reward for logging on to the game a day. I'll take it.
You know what though? If they did that, obviously that would be great. Any repairs which are free, always welcomed. But one free repair, it's certainly not going to make everything go away. I think it's definitely. It's definitely going to be something that would make people, it would make people think twice, and they might log in on a daily basis and hit a base, whereas they're not doing it at the moment. And I don't know about you, but I haven't been hit in quite a while. I'm just opening up my playback now. The last hit I got was February the 22nd, so 2.5 days ago, and it was a friendly base test. Before then, my last hit was actually over 4 days ago. 4.5 days ago, I got hit.
Mine was about.
Let's
see. Mine was about. Yeah, it was about 2 days ago. My bubble just dropped today. So, and I've been getting hit by Hellhounds and Grim Reapers. So, last 2 weeks for some reason, people's got it out for me. I guess, and they've been hitting me with these suckers and. My base just throws his hands up and goes, "Oh, all right, we're dead." But yeah, it's been crazy here lately.
Let's go back to this tournament and kind of give some details about it. So it works in a similar way to all the last tournament where the joining participation requirements. You have to complete 10 ranking placement matches to earn a combat rating, which I suppose most people have already done that by now.
Yeah.
On the day the tournament begins, 10% of your combat rating will be converted to tournament points, and you'll be placed into a 250-person prize bracket. Players will be placed in one of two brackets, depending on their combat rating once the tournament begins. Captains with higher ratings will be placed into an elite bracket of the tournament, and those with not so high ratings will be placed into what they call a normal bracket. And your combat rating will not change during the tournament. So pretty much the same as before. The way you earn points, you gain points in advance through your bracket. You need to complete the matches, obviously. Standard matchmaking rules will apply. Therefore, you will only be matched up against players who are plus or minus 300 of your combat rating and within your bracket. So to help clarify the rank of the player you're fighting against, they've removed the fleet level of your fleets in favor of displaying the player's combat rating instead. Something new there. I don't think that was there last time. Players
I
may
don't remember
purchase repair insurance, again by spending uranium, which will guarantee that you will not have to spend gold to repair your fleets for 3 matches. Winning a match with repair insurance will activate a portion of the uranium spent. So what they mean basically, when you're spending your uranium, it goes into a big pot. It's like you all win a part of that pot depending on your rank at the end. So the more uranium you spend, theoretically, the more you get back. In addition to repair insurance, they're introducing a free match of the day feature, which is what you've mentioned earlier, meaning that the player gets the first match per day guaranteed at full repair at no cost. This repair may only be used once per day, and it resets once every 24 hours after it's been used. So, unlike previous tournaments, points are awarded based on fleet damage, not wins. So no longer can you run around with Nighthawks and piss people off. Personally, I'm glad to see that. It's one of the things that discouraged me from the arena. When the arena first came out, I did play it quite a bit. I was really enjoying it. I was using my uranium, playing it every day as much as I could. It was quite popular at first. I was getting matches quite often and I was doing really well. I came rank 2 global. I was really pushing for that rank 1. I usually don't give a shit at all about leaderboards. But when you're rank 2 and you see someone's only a small way ahead, I thought, a bit of grinding, I can get the rank 1. I can hit that brag button and then forget about it.
Yeah.
And then, there would be I was using Bullseye Brigade and a mix of missiles, UAVs, subs, a really mixed up fleet. And the higher ranking I was getting, people just weren't matchmaking in my bracket. I would literally sit there with the Bullseye crew and matchmake for a whole 40-50 minutes. The crew would expire and I wouldn't have a single match. So I just thought it was a waste of a road crew, a waste of time to sit there for almost an hour with no gameplay. So I stopped playing. I'm not in the top ranks anymore. I think I'm ranked 90 something. I don't play because when I did play, I would just find that people would run around me with subs. They wouldn't do much to actually, compete. It didn't seem. It's like people were just trying to piss you off.
Yeah.
And it worked, and I just kind of rage quit and stopped playing the arena. But I'm glad to see this. I really am. So,
my biggest pet peeve was actually getting matched up against some idiot that had a Rafin or had an engine on a gunboat, and he's just running around the arena in circles doing around. You trying to catch him with your fleet. It's actually 10 times slower than his. And sometimes he would actually win because it timed out. If real damage is done, it's just a random winners pick between the two. Then he would 90% of the time he'd win. He'd be one of the top guys on the leaderboard with a gunboat, running from everybody.
Mm-hmm. And it seemed random as well. So if he just ran away from me with his Nighthawks and I didn't damage him, he didn't damage me. There was times it would tell me I've lost, and I lose. If I won, I was winning 2, 3, 4 points. I needed a lot of matches to rank up to level 1. But if I lost, I was losing 20 or 30, 40 fucking points. And for every person that ran away from me and made me lose via default almost without actually losing, I would need about 10, 20 wins to make that back up. It just seemed ridiculous. I mean, it doesn't mean that it's not going to stop them doing it because it said it's based on damage, not wins. So let's see what that says and see if it
probably that's just for the tournament. It's not going to be actually the regular arena when it goes back normal.
And it doesn't stop someone going in with a full Phantom Nighthawk fleet. Chipping away, maybe firing one shot if they're lucky at one of your ships, and then running away. They've damaged you more than you've damaged them. Is that a win for them? Let's see what it says. It says this means that if you deal 100% damage to your enemy, you will earn 100 points. If your enemy deals 50% damage to you, they will earn 50 points. The ratio for damage percentage to points earned is 1-to-1. This encourages you to participate often to earn as many points as possible. Excuse me. To earn as many points as possible during the tournament. So, yeah, it's pretty much you're not getting points or wins at all. So even if you do chip away, and do minimal damage with a Nighthawk, you're only going to get minimal points. You need to be, killing fleets in full, not just run around like a pussy chipping away at someone's fleet with subs. It's not how it's going to help you. Now this is a new which I really find amusing. I'm not sure people.
Right.
You know what's coming.
Yep.
In addition, I'm going to read it out. I'm going to go full kickstart. In addition to this, we are adding a UI indicator to let players know when they have taken over 75% damage. We have also added a new self-destruct button.
You go, oh crap, I'm over 75% damage, I'm just going to go, boop, blow my shit up and spend 16 hours fixing them.
Let me just straight face on. We have added a new self-destruct button to allow players to opt to concede in a match if they feel overpowered or if the battle is not going your way. This button will be on a cooldown, similar to the retreat button. I like to call that the rage quit button. Oh god, he's better than me. I'm going to run away with my subs for 30 seconds or however much the cooldown is, and as soon as it's cooled down, see you later, I'm out. You're not farming points off me in this arena, Storms.
Screw this 500 uranium, I'm out!
No, that is... Here's what I'm thinking. Picture this. You find subs, you kill the subs, almost. You spot them, you fire your missiles, retargeting goes from Nighthawk to Nighthawk. They get out of your thermal range and they run away for 30 seconds. You know you've got them. You know you're going to kill them. You're pushing them into the corner. You're about to box them in. If you drive like I do and you've got one thermal going that way, one going that way, you're closing into the corner, boop, they hit retreat. That's the point where this fucking goes through the monitor and people get angry. It's called the rage quit bomb because it causes rage quits, it creates rage quits, and it's created by rage quits. So they need to think about renaming that from self-destruct to pussy out.
Then you're sitting there, you're cussing at the screen, get your fist going, and you're about to ready to throw your drink across the room. And your wife comes in the room. What in the world's wrong, honey? That dude hit the destruct button again.
It's just, let's have a. It gets worse. Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead, man. I can't wait to hear this.
Once active, the button is red. Clicking this button prompts a confirmation modal. Self-destructing will cause 100% damage to your ships and end the match, meaning your opponent will earn 100 points for the kill and start a kill streak for them. So you'll be sure you are absolutely willing to lose before pushing this button.
It's like a hello duh moment.
It's actually, I should have read this before I've actually just read that as we did it. I kind of read the self-destruct and just crawled into a ball of laughter and didn't carry on reading. But actually, it doesn't mean, like I said, if you're trapping subs into a corner with that example there, and you're about to kill them and then they hit retreat, you still get the points for killing them because they actually 100% kill themselves.
Yeah.
My reason is, if you're going to die anyway, why? Why would you choose to commit suicide, eat cyanide, and fucking die when you can actually compete and still die? And maybe you'll get some... think about subs. You're going to die, you're going to hit retreat because you don't want to piss about, you know they're going to catch you. Well, then just charge into them, suicide your subs into the fleet, damage them as much as you can, so then you get some arena points from the damage points. We've already established that the points are awarded based on fleet damage, not wins. So the suicide button does not seem relevant because if you know you're going to lose and your fleet's going to die anyway, why not get as many points as you can and suicide into that, kamikaze into the fleet, and get as many points as you can, go down with your hands in the air.
That's what I always did anyway. I'm just going to, because this guy's more than likely he's a corner and he's got a ton of uranium, I'm not going to do much damage to him just because he uses up some of his uranium repair. So I just go straight in with my hawks and do whatever damage I can.
Do as much as you can, and it pays off because you get arena points. Yeah. You're going to die anyway, so why go down with no points? It's just, people who use that must really, fresh off the fucking Terminate truck. It's just...
at least die with a little honor, instead of taking a chicken way out.
So, I
Yeah,
need
Kickside, man. Kickside, who writes this crap?
I'm not hardly drunk enough to continue going on about self-destruct. Let's move on to the as it says here. So, like previous tournaments, crushing your opponents 2 times in a row or more will start a kill streak. Kill streaks will reward bonus points for every kill beyond the first. This means the more kills in a row, the higher the payout will be. So for your first kill streak, you get 100 arena points. Your second kill streak, 125. Your third kill streak, 150. And anything above number 3 is still 150 points. So it does cap at 150. Suppose we should move on to the prizes now. We've discovered how to join the arena, how to earn points, how to completely embarrass yourself and kill yourself.
Yeah,
Go
now
into
to,
the
now,
prizes.
now to the good part of the arena.
Oh, it gets good.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's 2 brackets. You've got the normal bracket for veteran lieutenants and below, and then you've got the elite bracket. So we'll start off with the smaller one for the normal players, as they're calling them. Uranium prize pot is a 20,000 uranium starting pool. The uranium prize pot is available to all participants in this bracket and will be split amongst all participants at the end of the tournament. The amount of uranium you collect from the pot will be based on your total uranium points versus the total tournament points earned by everybody in your bracket. For Glory Achievement, reserved for the number 1 spot for both brackets. It means absolutely fuck all. If you want to compete to get the achievement, best of luck to you. Nobody can see you, your things. It's not something you can even stick on your base. I don't get the point of the achievements, to be honest.
I mean, now the badges, I do see the point now, but the achievements, I mean, all you can do is just click on space base and go through them, but you can't share them with anybody, so what's the point?
Those badges, let's get it right. Those tramp stamps that you can put on your base, at least they have some kind of bragging right for those who care. You can have that thing. You can have that thing on your base to say, look at me, look what I can do, look how big and special I am. But the achievements you can't see unless you're looking for them. I can't remember ever looking through someone's achievements.
I've done it a few times in just my life members, just some of my life, just see what they're needing help on, to get stuff done. Other than that, no.
I did have a little nosy through when they came out, but apart from that, it means nothing to me. I couldn't give a shit. Top 10, the top 10 winners in the normal bracket. Players who reach the top 10 spots in their bracket will receive the Atlas Carrier hull. I don't know what you think. I don't know what you think about that. The Atlas Carrier hull has been out a while now. A lot of people have it, and it is a mission prize.
So that's really going to do if you got it or don't get it in missions. It's not going to do you any good. It's one of those things. No.
I mean, it is a really good hull. If you're a lower level and you win that, brilliant. Assuming you've got the UAV to go with it.
Yeah.
Because
I think they should have if they're going to release carriers. I mean, they should release one for the tournament that hardly anybody's got, like the Lightning Carrier. I mean, there's something you're not going to get missions. You're not another way to get it. They should release like the Lightning Carrier.
I mean,
a lot of people got that.
They're really pushing the Atlas Carrier recently, though, aren't they?
Yeah, they're pushing it like crazy. But I can kind of see why they're actually introducing, which we'll get into here in a minute, another UAV hull, which I can kind of understand why they're actually pushing it.
I mean, actually, with regards to the Atlas Carrier, I'm going to hold on to that thought and come back to that in a bit. I've got some information to share about that. I'm going to wait and carry on with the arena. So we'll move back to the Atlas Carrier. The one thing I will say is, what happens if you've got the Atlas Carrier? It doesn't say what will happen. Will you receive another blueprint? Will you receive a bonus of uranium? Or will you receive nothing? Because then what is the point in reaching the top 10?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's no motivation to reach it.
I mean, that's what I did in the last one. The last one I could have got probably like the top 10, but I would the Infinity Rocket again, or what was it? I can't think, but it was the missiles, kind of the version of the missile 3. And there was no point in me to get in that top 10 because I didn't have that piece of tech.
Yeah.
And besides a road crew, the only other thing you get was like one random road crew. I mean, I can get random road crews for 60 uranium. So what's the point of actually doing it and just getting that one blueprint I done got? I mean, what's the point?
There is no point.
No.
That's in conclusion, there is no point. Let's talk about the runner-up prizes.
All right, yeah, that's good stuff. Huh?
So that's for the top 10. If you become rank 1 to rank 10, you get the Atlas Carrier. Rank 11 to 25, you get 3 random advanced crews. So advanced crews are the uncommons, such as Bullseye Brigade, Midnight Marauders. I almost said Crew Keepers. If you win a Crew Keepers, let me know. I'd love to know that. So that's what you get if you rank 11 to 25. 26 to 65, you get 2 of those random advanced road crews. Rank 66 to 125, you get just the 1. And rank 126 to 250, you get 1 random common road crew. Brilliant. Talk about motivational purposes.
Yeah.
So we're going to move on from what I'm going to look at as a noob pool. Sorry to anyone who's in the normal bracket. Now let's look at the real prizes. The elite bracket. For captains and above, the uranium prize pot starts at 100k, so it's 100,000 uranium starting pool. The uranium prize pot is available to all participants, blah, 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 blah. Same as before, everyone's available to win it. Everyone wins something based on the tournament prizes, the tournament points, same as before.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so moving on to the prizes. Let's not forget, really important to mention this, you do get an achievement for glory as well in the elite bracket. You don't want to miss that out.
Oh, yay!
And it is reserved for the number 1 spots in both brackets. So 2 people in each bracket will be lucky enough to get this achievement.
Oh, yay!
When you get it, send me a PM and I will personally congratulate you. I'm really, really, really keen to try and win this one myself. No. But you do get a badge. So if you're looking for a tramp stamp, this is the place to come. The first place winner in their bracket will earn a special badge that they can display outside of their base. This badge is unique to the tournament. So, there we go. And in fact, I'm going to screen share because I've just singled out the badge. And
all right,
it looks really impressive. Can you see my screen there?
Yeah, 1 second. All right, there we go. I got you.
There we have it. The brand new badge. You can have this if you wish. Good luck. And again, if you have this on your badge, I will be looking for this badge, and when I see it, I will personally congratulate you.
Yep, way to go.
And actually, this is a good segue because if you've noticed, what the hell is that? Well, let me tell you.
We got the answer for you right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. The top prize for the elite bracket is the Warbird Carrier. Do you like the way I did that?
Yeah, I love the way some almost sound like a game show host there. I think you're in for Precious Job.
Don't, no.
No.
Picking myself back up. This is really. I'm losing the plot. So let me just read what it says about this. KickSci have given us a lovely description. Like the previous limited carriers, that would be the Nash Carrier and the Hollock Atlas Carrier, the Warbird can randomly fire special UAVs that can stun, explode, or last longer than the average UAV. We've already seen those: the Kamikaze, Marathon, and Pinch UAV. Mm-hmm. It also has a remote targeting evade stat, making indirect fire weapons miss more often. So that is against. I actually said to you at the start, I'm not sure what that means. I have been talking to a few guys from the crib in the background on chat, and we've come to the conclusion that it's against ships like Mastodon. So ships that have remote targeting weapons. This is remote targeting evade. So, I mean, if I'm wrong, cut off my balls and tell me I'm wrong, but this is what I think it is. When the ship is firing from a range, such as a Mastodon, in fact, there's only a Mastodon and the Proto-Mastodon, you get a bonus evade of up to 62.5%. So let's just ask ourselves, what does that mean, and when is it going to be useful, if that is what it is? let's think from an attacking point of view. Not many people I've seen have Mastodons in base guard, but if they did, it would be useful in that situation. It's the only hull that has this remote target and evade so far. And if you were using it in Fleet v Fleet, maybe let's say in the arena, could be pushing for an arena fleet with UAVs. That could be useful there. You could defend yourself longer against UAVs and try and kill the spotters faster without losing so many. Like if I was to go against a Mastodon fleet with Horlocks, I might lose quite a few, quite a chunk of my fleet before I got to kill the Mastodons. Could be something to do there that helps. I'm going to say, as a defender, most Mastodon fleets are base attacking. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Is this really going to be useful in defense? People run Horlocks in base. It could be something to look at replacing your Horlocks with. We'll talk about the stats and compare them in a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, most people, I would say, use Bullseye Brigade anyway. So that already cancels out the remote target evade. It's just...
It's one of those crazy things that Kickside is clear as mud on exactly what it is. I even asked to see him, and he really wasn't too clear on exactly what it does either.
Even the community manager doesn't really have a good answer for this. All I can say, wait till the arena's over, someone will coin it and make a video.
Yep.
We'll leave it to them.
Yep. And we'll post it and go over it later after we see a couple videos and like, oh, that's what that thing does.
Now, just before I go into the stats and go into a massive rant and compare it to the Horlock, because I've got a lot to talk about with that. I just want to finish off the little tournament brief. It says the total capacity for this limited hull is determined by your standing in the tournament. So, as a limited hull, you only get one per blueprint, just like the other limited hulls, like the Horlocks, the Viper Interdictors, where you can have up to 10 of those, I believe, at the moment. So, let's see. Top 10 winners get 3 of these blueprints. You get awarded 3 of them. So you cannot possibly have more than 3 in the fleet so far. The runners-up. If you come between rank 11 and 25, you get 2 of these. So I hope you didn't want a fleet of 3 because you're only going to get 2. If you come between rank 26 and 65, you get 1.
You get
one single warbird carrier. You cannot possibly make a fleet out of 1. It's not a Proto-Mastodon. Sorry, a Proto-Nemesis. You cannot just go in the base with a single ship. I don't care who you are. You're not the Lord Jesus. You cannot do it. Simple as that.
I wouldn't put us past some of these super corners actually trying it though.
I mean, is it going to be something you can mix? Could you mix it with Horlocks? We'll go into that in a bit. But I think hopefully this is something that is released again in the future, and I'm sure it will.
Probably throw it in one of the whole raids more than likely. They'll probably release it more in one of those probably. I don't see it coming out in one of the next raids or anything like that.
It could be a campaign prize, campaigns where you can typically win up to 5 limited blueprints for the mastery prize. They might release a new campaign where you can win up to 5 of these, and if you've already got 3, you could win another 5, or you could just win 2 and fuck you, you've got 3 already. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. This is where it gets good.
Yep.
From 66 to 125, there's 2 prizes available to you. Number 1 is 1 random advanced row crew. We know what that means. That could be a Bullseye, could be Midnight Marauders, one of those dark grey uncommon crews. But you get the Atlas Carrier blueprint. And as an elite player, ranked captain or above, in the arena, we all know that you won't have the Atlas Carrier already. So really useful. You get to win the Atlas Carrier again. Congratulations.
I should have said, well, you win the Atlas Carrier, but you also get it built for you for free if you don't have it. Now, that would have been an idea. There you go.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that monkeys will fly on my arse before that happens. So
Yeah.
there's no mention before with what will happen if you've got the Atlas carrier. Will you get another
Yeah.
rogue crew? Will it swap for a legend crew? More uranium? We just don't know. There is no answer there at the moment.
But no one with Kickstarter, though, you probably get a whole lot of crap.
No, with Kickstarter, you'll just get a big thank you for participating, and you already own this blueprint. That's it.
Yep, and then we'll send you your credit card bill next month.
Yeah. So obviously that's 66 to 125 in the tournament standings. The last, rank 126 to 250, you get one random common rogue crew. Anything could be a Salty Dogs, Gearheads, one of those little small ones that cost 100 to roll. So there you go. That's the brief in total. Nothing else there that I've missed out, I don't think.
No, I think you got it pretty much. All right, now let's see. Comes a fun time. Let's to compare the Warbird to the Hardlocks.
Do you have a screen share of the Warbird to bring up?
Yeah. What's second here? I took it down. Now let's see. Let me pull it back up here.
I'm gonna grab a bev.
Let's see. There we go. Got it.
Here we go.
Alright.
That's the beer talking. Are you holding your screen so everyone can see? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I got it.
Cool. So, Warbird carrier. I'm going to read the blueprint. This limited carrier has special electronic suits for jamming the targeting of indirect fire launch at him. That's a remote targeting evade, which we've already discussed. It has been customized to randomly enhance UAVs launched from its dock. That's your random launch override. So, let's compare to the Harlock, shall we? Because that is pretty much what it looks like it's meant to be there for. They both have the random UAVs. The armor points on the new ship, we have 6,095, exactly the same as the Harlock's Atlas carrier. The max weight, 14,245 tons, exactly the same as the Harlock's Atlas carrier. 8 weapon slots, 4 armor slots, exactly the same as the Harlock. This is where it gets different. 4 special slots. I love the 4th special. One problem that I find with the Harlock's Atlas carrier at the moment is its special slots are limited. So,
yeah.
I mean, when I built my my Harlocks to attack with way back when, my main problem was power cells. Finding a place for power cells. You've got your speed system, which is a must. You've got your evade, which is a must, and you've got your defense, such as an MC alloy or something. Which back in the day, that was my build. Although actually, I did go with layered armor because of the javelins. There wasn't executioners then. I had layered armor. Speed System 3 and Guidance Scrambler 3. That was my build. And then, a lot has changed. You've got reflective coating, you've got different turrets, and then power cells came out as well, quite a while before reflective coating. And I was stuck between, do I want to build with power cells or not? Power cells are really, really useful. It increases the damage of a UAV, it adds chaining to it. Anyone who's fighting a base with drones need not worry with power cells. But with my situation with the Harlock was, I don't know what I want to lose. I don't want to lose my evade, and I don't want to lose my defense, and I certainly can't lose my speed. So I ended up leaving power cells off. The only thing I did is, you could mix the fleet. You could have some with evade and some with power cells, and make sure you rotate and drive well. So that's the only reason that I didn't really like the Harlock was its 3 special slots. So I'm glad that there's 4, because now, just top of my head, random build, you could have a speed system, evade, reflective coating, some kind of evade special, some kind of alloy defense system, armor special, and power cells. That's going to make a massive difference to this hull. That puts it above the Harlock, I reckon.
That's one thing I never really liked about the Atlas carrier, regular straight Atlas carrier. I mean, you need another special slot on that one. Even that one, you need another one. Really, 3 is not enough.
I mean, it's such a big ship. I mean, look at the DNX. The DNX has 4 special slots, and that was the beast of mortars back in the day.
Yeah.
The MCX only had 3, didn't it? Which was disappointing.
I think so.
But then, the Kodiak came out. The Kodiak had 4. The Interceptors have 4.
Pretty much any hull that's come out within the last year has pretty much, except for maybe 1 or 2, that's had pretty much 4.
Yeah, I mean, Mastodons have 4 specials. Jugs only had 3, didn't they?
Yeah, jugs, which I could actually, which I'm praying when they do the R10s on those, that please add a special spot, please, like they did on the Goliath.
You know, a lot of the bigger power holes in the game. You know, Hellstrikes, Berserkers, Hellhounds, Mastodons, V2s. They all have 4 specials. And the Harlock only had 3, and that really let it down. But you know, at least they've got it on here. I'm glad to see that. Let's move on to compare the rest. The max cargo, if anyone cares, is just over 3.2 mil. It's actually the exact same as a Harlock. The evade is more on the new ship than it is on the Harlock. We get 20% base evade. You only get 10 on the Harlock, and you get that extra special to help. You know, if you really want to go full evade, you could put an evade upgrade on there if you wanted to. Depends on your purpose, what you wanted it for. It is possible to make it a bigger evade hull if you wanted to. Personally, wouldn't recommend it as a defense hull with evade, but if you're attacking, you can get a lot more evade on this than you can on the Harlock. Remote target in evade there is up to 62.5%. We've discussed that already and what it could be. That is something completely unique to that hull, so it's nothing to compare that to on the Harlock or any other ship. With regards to the speeds, the map speed 25 is the same, turn speed 15 is the same, combat speed is slightly higher at 12 compared to 11 on the Harlock, so you will be moving through a little bit faster, which is useful when you're base attacking against the new morts. Every little bit of speed helps.
Yep.
Now, this is where it doesn't perform as well. With the defense, you've got 20% explosive defense. The Harlock has 30%, so a little bit more on the Harlock there. 50% missile defense is exactly the same as the Harlock, and 20% radiation defense. That's a real letdown. 20%, whereas the Harlock is 40%. So, you know, straight off the bat, the Harlock stands to do better against an enforcer than this new ship, I reckon. However, you've got your extra special, you've got your other stats to consider. So, you know, I don't know. I think they're kind of on par at the moment. UAV damage is less. You only get 50%, whereas you get 60 on a Harlock. However, it keeps going back to that 4th special slot. If you've got power cells on the new Warbird, whereas you don't on the Harlock, the UAV damage is going to supersede the Harlock. Obviously, they both have air weapons. That's a stupid thing to let us know. I've only just noticed that the Warbird carrier can have underwater weapons.
Really?
Yes, underwater weapons. Yes, I don't know if that's a misprint, but wow, that changes the game a bit. I mean,
if so, yeah.
It could make for some interesting builds. That's for sure.
Yeah, if there's not a misprint, yeah.
I don't.
Wow.
This hull is. I reckon it's going to be a good ship. Definitely.
Yeah,
built right, can be really useful. I'm not sure whether the underwater weapons is going to be used an awful lot. It's definitely a good UAV ship. The information I'm about to give in a bit about what's coming is going to make it even more of a better ship, I reckon. Underwater weapons, the only thing I could think, if you're using an arena fleet, right?
Yeah.
You could mix some torpedoes on them. The torpedoes giving you extra combat speed and giving you the ability to hit submerged submarines. Maybe. I don't know if that's going to be really used that much. Personally, I would just stick a Viper in there or Frostburn or something. I don't know. We need to see when it's released if that is a misprint or not. For a start.
I mean, it would be pretty cool though if it wasn't. It actually opens up your options for as build-wise a lot on it, which you can actually play around with.
If you look at the actual ship, like just at the graphics, the Harlock is quite it's a floating fortress variant almost. Literally, it's just a big massive platform that has little bees flying off it. It's for lack of a better description. The new Warbird that we discussed before the show, it looks like an assault ship. It's quite, it looks small. It almost reminds you of a Mercury, the way it looks.
Yeah,
Like
the
a
front
cross
end's like
between
a.
a Mercury, a Vindicator, a Mako, that kind of Forsaken build. It is obviously a Forsaken ship, just to let you know. I mean,
It
who
looks
knows?
pretty cool. I mean, as far as build was, some of these here lately look like a floating pile of trash, like the Hellhounds and all these Grim Reapers, like a big pile of trash just floating across the ocean. At least they come out with something cool looking, you know.
Well, I would say that's down to personal preference. I'm not sure personally about it. It looks like a mid-level. It looks like a mid-level ship, but
Yeah, I
I
would
don't think
say
it's
mid-level too. I would agree with you there. And you
I'm
know,
just
that's just
thinking.
how depends on in what level you are. We're talking about, you know.
Let's look at the limited ships we've already got. I think I'll be right in saying every single limited ship, bar the Avenger, has a non-limited version. So
True.
obviously you've got the Greta's Nuke Cruiser compared to the Nuke Cruiser, Lightning Carriers to Nashes, Zoe Stingrays to Stingrays, and so on and so forth. This is being released. It doesn't have anything to come off. Does that mean that we might see a regular version of it? Will we see a Warbird carrier which is non-limited in the next raid? I don't know.
Yeah.
Something to think about.
Yep. Which that would be actually pretty cool if there was.
I'm just gonna go ahead and screen share this actually.
All right.
When I get it, because I think it's a good time to talk about. You got the unofficial blog. If anyone's not seen it, bp-information.blogspot.co.uk.
Yeah, I've got it. I should get it right here.
So let's see. They've put a post up recently, and of course, nothing. They always say this when they put stuff up. Your dog's trying to escape. I've just thought I'd say that. It just caught me out.
Yeah.
So,
all right, I got it. I got it up here. Right. Here we go.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So what these groups always say, and I talked to one of them. He's a good lad. He helps out, and he says nothing that they say is concrete. It all is subject to change. It's not confirmed as 100%. But I usually trust them. Most of, if not all of what they say comes at some point.
They're usually pretty well accurate. Yeah. There's been a few hits and miss.
Let's look at what you've got on your screen. So the ship in the middle, we now know what that is. That's the Warbird carrier. So we know what that is already. The one to the right is what I'm looking at and what I'm thinking of. I don't know what the fuck that's meant to be. Could that be a non-limited version of it or not?
Possibility. It's pretty well close. It looks more like what is it, Vanguard or the white one? The white one.
It looks like the Vindicator.
Vindicator. There you go. I couldn't place that.
Be a limited Vindicator.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking because I mean it looks very close to it.
They don't have any information on it. It just says unknown hull.
Unknown hull. Yeah.
The one on the left of that is again. It just says unknown hull. Now that looks like a map. It's clearly a Reaver hull, as you can tell from the unstable core in the middle. It reminds me of some kind of a hellhound.
Yeah. I would say this is probably going to be in the March raid.
Yeah, I would agree.
For sure.
It looks like something that's going to be a massive cost. It's got a I think inside that little light in the middle, I can almost see a $. So yeah, it's definitely going to be expensive. What else?
All right, right here at the bottom, the brand new road crew.
Yes. Now this, you remember when I said earlier, I'm going to get onto the UAVs and why I think they're making a real big comeback. There's a new road crew coming called Death from Above. We don't know what that is, what the stats are. It just says UAV chaining range and critical hit chance.
Yeah. So yeah,
ourselves for this to be useful. Where I'm just, from what I'm hearing, it's actually a campaign road crew, where there will be a campaign to win it. I'm not sure whether that's concrete, whether it's true. That's just what I've been told by somebody.
Yeah, I've heard that too. This was the first time I've actually heard anything for sure. I haven't heard anything for sure, either KixEye or seen any more posts about it yet. And usually KixEye is pretty well quiet about that stuff until usually it gets till that time.
Hmm. And I'm just getting my images ready. I've got a few more things which I
Alright.
didn't have on there.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Have you got them?
Yeah, I've got them all here. I got pulled up.
Here we go.
There we go.
So we'll start from the top left. New Reaver tech coming in the March's Forsaken missions. I just want to clarify as well. It might not be in the Forsaken missions. It most likely will be from the Forsaken missions. It could be a campaign added. There could be raid prizes, mission prizes. We just don't know yet.
Yeah.
But the cannon at the top left is a Reaver siege cannon that uses a combination of seismic and incendiary shells to wreak mayhem on their targets. That's all we've got from that so far. Could be something to do with the new ship, the new Reaver ship we saw on the previous page. It might be a ballistic blitzer.
Yep.
They're really pushing blitz fleets recently. You've got the throwers, which everyone's kind of building on hellhounds.
Yep.
And not doing very well with that, I would add. But this could be a blitz cannon. We'll see.
Sounds pretty cool. I mean, just from the description of it, sounds awesome. Can't wait to actually see what it actually does.
And when you combine it with the piece of equipment that's in the middle to the right there, what looks like some kind of gun out of Saints Row.
I think it's supposed to be like a Reaper hardened barrel. Reaper hardened barrel of some kind.
A Reaver system that hurls cannon munitions at dangerously high speeds, usually in the proper direction.
So what does that mean?
It sounds like some kind of unstable technology for a start.
Yeah, usually in the right direction. Is it worded that way? Is it going to just shoot straight? It's going to go make a beeline to the left or right?
I mean, I don't know about you, Dave. I'd be pretty embarrassed if I go into a base and I click to target the gargoyle and the cannons fire the wrong fucking way. I'd be like, that's where the retreat button's useful. Hang your head in shame and you come back with a proper fleet that fires as intended. Who knows?
Yeah, this is from that description. Where usually it fires the right way. Was going to be like a hit and miss or what? Well,
yeah. I just want to say. The previous hold that we said looks like a Vindicator.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know who this is and who said it and whether they're right or not, but I can see where they're coming from. It says in the comments on here, the unknown hull image is the Vindicator once it reaches R10. I could see that.
Cool.
I mean, I'm not sure that it's going to be... We don't know if that's true. That's just someone in the community posting their opinion, perhaps. But
that would be pretty cool.
Opinion. Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure there's actually a refit pack coming out in March. Just haven't been, in case I haven't said anything, what they've got planned for the refit in March. So who knows? It could be one of the things they're going to throw in there.
There'll be a retrofit coming after the March raid, and is it going to be another set of R10s or?
Yeah.
We haven't seen Mastodons hit the R5 yet. Is it going to be let everyone build the Proto Mastodons and then boom, Mastodons R5 supersede that? I don't know.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm kind of worried about. For is that if I do go for the pros and they release the 5 and it's going to be actually better.
Let's just move on to the next piece and try to look at your screen share. You've got what looks like some kind of supercharged engine to the right there. What that is, it's an ignition system built by the Reavers that boost splash and reload on their mortar turrets. Clearly, it is for the new Apocalypse mortar. Meteor mortars, if you still use them. If you do use them, best of luck. I don't think any special is going to make them better. I mean, the main problem, I don't know if you've got the Apocalypse mortar and built it. I personally didn't bother to get it.
I didn't either. I haven't got the base power to actually build it, so I didn't really go for it. I'm pretty much almost maxed out on my base power.
Don't get me wrong, it's a good turret. I didn't personally have the time and efforts to put in this raid. If I did, I would have won it. I might have built it. Yeah. This really makes a difference to those who have it, because you cannot fit Fire Support Platform X, which is something that would have made a massive difference. You can only fit Slide Loader 2. This is obviously going to fit on there. I reckon you probably need a level 5 turret platform, so you heard it
more
here.
Than likely.
I would suggest
start saving your uranium and start building.
Yeah, 10 days of turret.
Yep. So you'll be ready by the time it gets here.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
We've got one final piece of technology at the bottom there. It looks like a crushed child's toy, like someone stood on the propellers. It's actually a new UAV, as you can clearly tell. It's an incendiary UAV built by the Reavers. The Draconians and Forsakens still aren't sure how the thing manages to fly.
I think we're all curious about that, how some of these actually holes that the Reavers have actually even float, let alone how something like this is actually going to fly.
Yeah. I don't know. You look at all this. The new ship that's coming out, we know is confirmed. It's coming out in the arena this week.
Mm-hmm.
The new tech we've seen here, which is, the UAV, the rogue crew, it really seems to be pushing for UAVs, doesn't it?
Yep. UAVs, and I can see with this actually coming out, actually why they're actually going for a new UAV hull, and with this thing on there, it could be possibly pretty awesome. We just have to wait and see.
It always happens. I mean, every time I commit to a build, something comes out.
Yeah.
And it happened with the Atlas carriers. When I built the Atlas carriers, they brought out the Holocs, and they really fucked me over. Now I've just committed to a god. Literally yesterday, I put a refit on my armor. 6 days, 6 hours, 35 minutes left. I put in the Reaver bulkheads on and mixing my god up, changing, trying something new. And then they tell me, here you go. Thank you for putting that on build. When that's done, you will have a new Atlas carrier variant if you win it. and it has that extra special slot that you really needed. I just think, thank you, Kickside.
Yep.
So, thank you for doing that once again. It always happens.
Kickstarter usually knows how to get it to us. Usually, when we finally get something, you get committed to a build. Usually, either the R5, or another hull that you think you got limited. That's actually pretty cool. You're actually building finally, and the R5, the original, was actually supersedes it, and you're like, oh crap! Why didn't it stick with that hull in the first place?
Yeah, you've always got to be careful. It's like I'm in two minds whether to. I haven't even won the Proto Mastodon. The reason why is because I'm not going to put effort into trying to get it and build it, and then what if the R5 Mastodon comes out and it's not as good? I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of like you gotta try to think like Kickside and think, was this actually going to be worth my time? And for you got to come up with a strategy that suits you. And is this going to be worth your time or not to actually do this? Or if Kickstarter releases the R5 Mastodon with my Pro Nemesis Pro Mastodon I just got, be worth anything anymore that I spent either coin or time to actually get? Is that going to be worth anything? Because it could be surpassed in maybe a matter of months. We've seen it before, time and time again with Kickstarter doing crap like that.
Yeah.
And they're getting really bad about it.
They do. There's always something going to throw you off balance, but the best way to play is just to try and adapt to it as much as you can. It's like this arena. To be fair, I'm not sure if I'll even sit and grind out. The people who win are the people who grind, and I haven't got the motivation to sit and play the game 24/7 over the weekend for a raid. I have a mind for the arena.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So, I mean, there's times when I log in and I really like hitting bases. That's what I do. And then I look at I've got the weekly mission to do. The uranium campaigns popped up. I've got fleets that I need to hit for XP. I've got dredges to hit. I just think, there's lots of times where I don't bother doing any of them. I don't hit the dredges. I just go out and hit a base. I do what I do. I have fun, and I just think, you know what? I don't need the uranium. I would like to have it, but it's not the end of the world if I don't. It's like, at the moment, I'm selling 67,995 uranium. I've seen it. Dredges spawn in 23 minutes. Do I want to sit and spend time getting uranium? I mean, there's a few people who I'm dying to hit at the moment. I've not got a bubble. I just started my R2 on my interceptor because I thought the R5 missile damage would be nice on my Deluge prep fleet. I think I might just pass. just pass completely on dredges today because I've got 2 days left on this interceptor. I don't know how long R3 and R4 is going to take, but by the time that's done, there'll be another dredge day. I'll get dredges then.
I really don't hit dredges that much. It's not really worth my time. As far as fleet repairs, fleets I have really isn't really worth my time. I just usually save up my mission, and with the campaign, the uranium campaign. That's my 2 main sources right there. Then Drac bases every once in a while.
You can do the campaign for really cheap. I mean, I don't know how you do it. I was using Nighthawks to take out all the fleets, and then I was running an old fleet in. You know, they even used hammerheads at one point. I had a friend who used a mercenary fleet.
I mean,
he
this
almost
is
killed it.
I mean, you can use it really simple. I mean, just if you got any kind of subs, you can use zombie kudos to prep them out. If you don't have Nighthawks, I mean, you can just go in and keep hitting those 1 or 2 that you get first, and just get your hits in and keep going back and forth. I mean, that's why I used to do it. I got to all the way up to the 2nd stage just with zombie kudos. Now that I got Nighthawks, this time I used Nighthawks. I got all 3 stages, prepped all 3 stages out. Then I went in with my highlighter NC fleet and just killed the island. And probably on the very last one, I probably had, doing all 3 stages in a row, on the very last one, I probably had maybe 8 hours worth of repair time on the very last, doing all 3 stages in a row. Yeah. The exact same fleet. Maybe 8 hours, which was, I just let repair overnight.
Well, I did, you know, the prize pack 3, which was all 3 targets. I did them all with 1 fleet, or sorry, 2 technically. I used my subs to prep out the entirety of them. You know, gutted all the fleets out with subs. Didn't take an awful lot of time. And then I used a dread fleet, DNX through the middle, split the ships up to avoid the splash damage from the javelins and the napalms and stuff. And I did all 3 bases with 1 dread fleet. I still had life to spare. So you don't need to be wasting your fleets and piling in Atlas carriers. Grim Mastodons would be nice, but if you're wanting to look at keeping your repair down, don't do it. Take your time. You get 2 hours to do each prize pack. There's plenty of time to do it.
And I mean, if you do make a mistake, if you're running lower fleets, I mean, don't take as long to fix it. Some of these bigger fleets, you got 2 hours to go in and fix your fleet a little bit, and then go back. You know, it's not going to hurt you, you know, because you don't get it done with like some bigger guy right there next to you. He just goes in and has it done in 10 minutes. You know, the whole entire thing.
Yeah.
I mean, take your time with it. I mean, just be patient. I mean, you can get them. I mean, it was like the last raid for me. I did it strictly 5.5 million just with my Nighthawks, doing 47s in the raid. I mean, I just took my time. It kept in 47 after 47. It took me maybe a little over 15 minutes to kill one sometimes, but I mean, it would just, you had to keep going, hitting it. Then if I made a boo-boo, I went and fixed my ship, went back and fixed my Nighthawks for a few hours and come back, you know. I wasn't, you know, I didn't spend hardly any, I don't think I spent maybe any coin on the last raid. It's just a matter of actually coming out with a plan of what you can do and just keep repeating that and hit it over and over and do it over and over again.
Yeah, I always think there should be something there. If you're willing to grind, you should be able to get what you want to get. Like the previous raid, I did it pretty much usually only hitting the 47s. You could do the 45s with subs, but I was using 47s with enforcers, 2 coins repair for 600k points each. I just blitzed it through. Didn't take me an awful lot of time.
I mean, it's all just in what kind of ships you got and what you're willing to spend, you know.
Yeah, enforcers. I mean, they're definitely a lot of people. They're very narrow-minded in the way they think about things. They'll look at a ship like an enforcer and say, base defense. That's it. Yep. They don't think about this enforcer has such a good, you know, variety of stats. I mean, let's just put it up here. Mine is R5, but it's got 10% evade. It's got 12 weapon slots, 5 armors, and 4 specials. It can hold a lot of weight. It's got a 35% accuracy bonus. It's got good explosive and missile resistance and radiation, 50% each. It's got the extra range on nuclear weapons. The reload of 120%. It's even got 30% anti-mort accuracy, but the biggest thing is the 50% repair modifier.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Really good. You can make a really good suicide fleet with that, and you could even zombie them. You could go into a campaign in a raid with 2 or 3 enforcers if you had them built. You could maybe spend 1 coin on each ship, or you could even put a few seconds on. You could go in. You could fire a few volleys, and if you've got the patience, you can keep going in and in and in, and you can grind it out. I mean, with my god, I'm actually pulling an enforcer out of my god. I'm currently using 2 enforcers and an Atlas with a Highlander's new cruiser and a Viper. I'm changing to 2 Horlux Atlas and just 1 enforcer. So I've got, a ranked up enforcer, which is just going to be sat idle in my base. I'm not just going to leave that there. I'm certainly not going to scrap it. I'm going to be using it. I'm going to use it as a prep fleet. I might change the armors on it, put a bit of speed. I might think outside the box and stick it with a Vanguard, put some tactical modules there to boost me a little bit, stick a Roku on, and boom, you've prepped out someone's Viper or something. It makes a lot of difference.
Yeah, I've actually seen one guy, Alliance for buddies with, he actually went and he's got D92S and D92S, and mixed with U's. Yes, he actually hits bases with his. He's actually his bases. It's slow as crap, but it actually can take bases.
This is
it's funny to watch.
Something I did once. I did hit a base with a single enforcer. I failed, but technically I failed, but morally I did not fail. I went in and he had all level 3 platforms in the middle. Yeah. So I went old school and I built myself a large Orion and I dropped it on his island. So I killed his entire island. His javelins, halos, everything was gone. And there was nothing in his base but Serbs and flax and bombards in his channel. And some guard fleet which I outranged because I had enforcers. I took my time. I went through. I entered his channel. Didn't make it to his first bend, but I didn't take a second of damage, and it was really. It was just funny to watch. I dropped medals, but I don't give a shit about them, to be honest, mate.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. They're nice just to show you you're a big dog, but I mean, other than that, they don't mean crap. It'd be nice if you could trade them in for something like gold or something here. But
speaking of dog, I can't stop looking at your dog in the corner there. I don't know what you've done to it, but it really wants out.
Here's the satellite guy that's working on the TV.
I'm just reaching, trying to get to the door.
He's crazy, I tell you. Actually, it's not my dog.
Close to shitting itself.
Actually, it's not my dog. It's my mom's dog. But yeah, I'm stuck here with it today. She's at work. I get the dog set instead of babysitting. I get the dog set. Yeah, that's really fun. Thanks, Bolt. Yeah. Anyway.
We've pretty much come to the end of this show, I would say, now, haven't we?
Yeah.
We're just chilling, talking about your dog now, so keep it rolling.
Yeah, no, all right, man. Appreciate you.
It was a good first show. We got some good content out there, I hope.
Yep.
So I'll leave you to do the closing while I just chill out and drink my drink.
Yep. All right, man. Appreciate you coming on, man, and yep. Thanks for our first good show, and thanks to you, everyone, for watching. This is Dark Empire of TV signing off. And please like and subscribe to our new page, and we appreciate it, everyone. Thank you. Y'all have a nice day.